Welcome back to another Pokemon market update. I want to talk about singles and sealed product from the Mega Evolution era thus far. But first, we'll talk about price changes, the biggest price changes in singles last week via Corbin Hosler of TCG Player. And keep talking about 151. Won't stop going up. Just a couple of years ago, we watched Charizard EX 189 begin to climb as the chase card out of 151, and it seemed like everyone agreed this set was the best to hold on to for the foreseeable future. Fast forward through a mostly flat 2024, and it seemed like perhaps this would not be the case, only if you were born yesterday, maybe you thought that. Charizard was a flat 120 or so, and the rest of the set was stagnant as well. Then came the big run of 2025 as cards pushed all-time highs, and in the aftermath of that, it seemed like perhaps, again, this might be a while before the heavily printed 151 started climbing again. Well, that time is here, because while Charizard continues to lead, you're looking at well over $400 for an intermittent copy right now. It's far from the only card in the set exploding. It wasn't all that long ago this year we were talking about the second most expensive card, Blastoise EX. Beautiful Mitsuhiro Arita illustration there. Reminds me of diving back in the Ruby and Sapphire days. Climbing over $100 for the first time now. That looks like a quaint memory as Blastoise catapults out over 200, and Venusaur EX isn't far behind at 150. Love that Venusaur artwork as well. Almost camouflage there. 8 weeks ago, there was only a single card in 151 worth over 100, Charizard. Now there are 8 cards worth triple digits, including the incredibly popular Charmander 168, who at 145, that's crazy, is the most expensive card in the set behind the fully evolved starters. That's up from 100 last week, and Charmeleon is up from 65 to 105. That's insane. Even the middle evolution is now over $100. So if you want the 3 of them, you're talking 150 plus 100, you're talking 250 plus about 450 for the Charizard. So $700 for the evolution line. Crazy. Squirtle 170 is right behind Charmander, along with the Zapdos EX at 140 and the $100 Bulbasaur here. Oops, this one. Love that artwork as well. This set is developing into the modern masterpiece of collecting. So many predicted. Yeah, it was hard not to see that one coming. Mega Gengar EX out of Ascended Heroes. Want to talk about this one because Ascended Heroes SIR hasn't done yet what we see most Pokemon cards do upon release, which is drop. Instead, thanks in part to the larger market boom as well as the piecemeal distribution model the set follows, Mega Gengar hit the market at the top and somehow has only ticked up since then. Yeah, I think it has more to do with the piecemeal distribution portion. We've only seen 3 products. We've got the 3-pack blisters with the stickers, tech sticker collection, and then the 2-pack with the coin, as well as ETBs. So those are your 3 products. We haven't had booster bundles drop yet. So we'll see. I think those are coming in April. We still might see Ascended Heroes singles drop. Most people assumed that the release of Ascended Heroes ETBs meant that Gengar would finally fall in price, but that we are 2 weeks later and it's actually the opposite. Market price rose this week to an even $1,000, up from $930 a week ago, and look at quick live listings. Looks like there's not an abundance of copies available for less. Yeah, I just took a look. There's about 1 copy for $985, and then the rest are all above $1,000. Gengar has always been one of the more popular Pokemon in both pop culture and collectible culture, even back in the earliest days of Pokemon. Gengar cards have always performed well. Look no further than Sabrina's Gengar from the set Gym Challenge that released back in 2000. Great looking card. Ken Sugimori. Fantastic artwork with the moon. This was the old school way they used to do this. They used a real picture, I believe, of the moon, and then drew the Pokemon on top. Or maybe they drew it separately and then transcribed it. I'm not sure. But basically they used two pictures on top of each other. Pretty cool. Old school stuff. And this week, first edition copies of the Gym Leaders Ghost climbed in price from $185 up to $215. For what it's worth, the first edition of the original Fossil Gengar is up in price as well, from $345 up to $375. Crazy. This is the top chase from Fossil, I believe. Next, we got Mega Dragonite EX. Gengar isn't the only Ascended Heroes card holding steady. Mega Dragonite EX 290 actually posted a small gain this week as well, climbing from 585 to 610. Still plenty of time left in the Ascended Heroes release cycle. New products coming out through May and maybe beyond. But if you were expecting prices to drop like a rock, you might want to rethink that, especially in light of just how many wild pricing changes we're seeing right now. Speaking of wild prices, one of them is the biggest of them all, up this week as reverberations continue to shock the top of the Pokemon market. We got Umbreon VMAX out of Evolving Skies, dubbed the Moonbreon, had a modest leap in price, climbing about 5%. But 5% means $100 for Umbreon, as the market price comes in just under $17.50 from with Umbreon 1EX161 from Prismatic Evolutions climbing as well, up from $1,100 to $1,125. Yeah, it's pretty clear that money is flowing all over. Definitely quite the boom happening right now. This is the past 2 months, just everything going up. Putting Charizard down here because it's absolutely worth noting, but it's also happening wholly separate from the all-set bounce in 151. Instead, Phantasmal Flames is in a class of its own, or the Charizard EX is in a class of its own, as the only gainer out of Phantasmal Flames. And it's clearly gaining up to 725 from 655, latest jump for the set standout. It's up to double the price of the Mega Hyper Rare, and the next SIR is leagues away with Dawn at $33. Super cheap. Might have to pick one of those up if I come across it. And lastly, we've got a promo Sun and Moon, Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX. It was already pricey, but this week it's up even more from $235 to $265 in just a week. Promos have been a sneakily strong part of the Pokemon marketplace over the last 6 months. And along with Mew and Mewtwo GX, Snorlax with Pidgey on his belly from the Pokemon Center 151 ETB is up to $235 from $205. That's the stamped copy there. Busy week, and there's more to come. We're going to talk about some Mega Evolutions. The next set coming out is Perfect Order a couple weeks from here. Take a look at some of the illustration rares and SIRs from that set. These are what you're going to be able to pull. Personally, my favorite IR is probably the Doublade. Some full arts here. I'm not a big fan of Mega Starmie or Mega Clefable, but I think this Mega Zygarde EX full art is hit. Meowth EX, pretty cute as well. Got a couple full art trainers. We got a full art Pokepad. That one's going to be expensive because it's playable. I'm not a fan of Mega Starmie, but for some reason this artwork is sick to me. Love this Mega Zygarde SIR. The Meowth SIR is okay. And Chassant and Rosa are pretty cool as well. Then we got the Mega Ultra Rare Mega Zygarde. So that's what you can pull out of the set. Let's see what we're doing for pre-sale right now. Absolutely crazy stuff. We get $10 a pack for pre-sale, $40 for the 3-pack blister. Nuts. I don't know why it would be so expensive. I guess people like Chikorita. We got the single pack blister with Magahita, and is that a Snorlax coin? It looks like, for $18. That seems crazy. That's going to be like a $6.50 product in the wild. I don't understand why people are paying that much for it. Sleeve sets, art sets for $78. I don't understand. Like, why are people ordering that? And we got $233 for a booster box. We'll take a look at what we've seen thus far. We're at one point pre-selling by the hundreds for $200 before sellers wisened up. And look, if you guys are going to pre-order hundreds of booster boxes for $200, they're going to raise the price, guys. I mean, what are we doing? But anyways, that's perfect order. We're releasing in a couple weeks. Going back from there, we got Ascended Heroes, which has been trickling out throughout the year. Mega Charizard Y and Dragonite are the Mega Ultra Rares. Mega Charizard Y going for about $480. Around $450, you might be able to pick one up. Or $400 for a lightly played copy. Mega Dragonite EX is the other Mega Ultra Rare at around $300, $325. Mega Gengar EX is the top chase at about $1,000. We see some sales here above that, $1,100, $1,200 on eBay today, actually. Mega Dragonite EX, also one of the top chases. We see some sales on eBay as high as $777. One on TCG Player here at $630, and another eBay $620. Whoops. We've got Pikachu EX by Buta. This is one of my favorite SIRs out of the set. Right now selling for about $550 on TCG Player. Beautiful card. We got the other Pikachu SIR by James Turner. Another good looking card for around $350, $380 was the last sold on eBay. And this is what you're looking at for sealed at the moment. The Mega Meganium for Alligator and Emboar boxes are all pre-sale still. Gardevoir and Lucario as well. Those are the poster collections. That's the other product we've had, is the mini tins. I forgot about that earlier. We do have mini tins as well. I was at a card show a couple weeks after the release, and a vendor there, the only vendor that I saw with mini tins, sold his whole display, and he was selling them for $30 a tin. And he sold the whole display. So what are you gonna say? I mean, sold the whole display. Why would he sell them for any less if he can sell the whole thing for $30 a pop? And these are on TCG Player for about $25. So imagine that. No booster bundles yet, and no booster boxes ever with Ascended Heroes. And booster packs continue to fall in price around $11.50, which is good to see. Going back from Ascended Heroes, which was a specialty set, we've got the last main set in Mega Evolution, which was Phantasmal Flames, the Mega Ultra Rare. Only one Mega Ultra Rare in this small set, being the Mega Charizard X, right now selling around $400, last sold on eBay. The SIR, which is the top chase we just spoke about earlier, is the Mega Charizard X EX SIR, selling around $710. And then Dawn, which aforementioned again, around $30. Also, honorable mention, we've got the Mega Sharpedo SIR at around $25, and Mega Charizard Full Art at around $35. That's what you got for singles and sealed product here. Sleeve packs are around $9. I think those are creeping up a little bit, along with the booster boxes, which are about $3.20 right now, $3.40 shipped. Gross. And if we look a little closer here, these have been on an unstoppable run over the last month, just chugging right up from $2.90 all the way to $3.47. We got 6 booster boxes sold today already at $3.50. Not a good sign. Hopefully these are all getting hoarded and they're going to end up holding the bag. Anyways, next up we get the Mega Evolution base set. This is the only set in Mega Evolution where the Mega Ultra Rares are actually the top chases. So, Mega Lucario EX selling for about $2.80. Mega Gardevoir EX at around $2.20. $2.25 last sold on eBay. And then we get the SIRs, Mega Gardevoir EX selling around $165. Mega Lucario EX last sold at $172. TCG player around $150 last sold. And then we got Mega Venusaur EX as well, selling around $120, last sold on eBay for $135. Sealed product a bit cheaper as well, $8.66 for a sleeved and $7 for an unsleeved booster pack. Booster boxes not quite as high as Phantasmal, but also on a decent run here, up to $2.90 from about $2.65 a month ago. So that's about all I've got for today. If you are still watching, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.